Happy New Year, guys. We're back here at Wheeler Betting HQ, also known as Nick Watts' hand house. And Nick, how's your festive period? Good?
Pretty good. I got some frames for Christmas. Chris, no pictures yet.
Yet to be filled.
Yeah, no, I have to
Yet
take
to
some
be
photos
filled.
tonight.
Yeah.
Mark O'Hare's around, so he takes a lovely photo.
Always very photogenic.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got lots of faults, but that's not one of them. He's very photogenic. Anyway, yeah. 3 Premier League picks.
Yeah. Back to the usual form.
I like it. And you're kicking off with an unders bet. But unbelievably, people, he's picked an unders game that Branislav Ivanovic is involved in. Explain yourself, man.
He didn't have a great midweek, did he? But I have to say, I made my notes and did all my prep before that game. So that's it's Thursday night here. I did this last night, so. Apologies for that. But, anyway, it's Chelsea against Stoke. Chelsea not making any appeal here, just based on the fact that they've played an extra game midweek, not least the fact they've taken a bit of a beating, and you don't want to go to Stoke after that, do you really? And you're going to get manhandled, quite frankly. We will leave that there. The draw kind of appeals to me here.
Sorry.
Stoke have a habit of drawing against the top teams. I think top 6 sides, they've drawn with 3 of them already this season of the 3 meetings. 4 of 6 last year at home also pulled off that draw. So they have a habit of digging in. And I think their defence, it's been excellent this season. They've had a bit of a wobble recently. Few suspensions, few injuries to deal with. I think that they're all coming back now, and I would expect them to go out with a game plan to frustrate Chelsea. With that in mind, unders just sticks out. It's 5-6, and I think that's a cracking price for a side that 80% of their home games have ended under 2.5 goals. Don't offer a lot going forward, really, and obviously their strength is in defence. You've got the 2 of the 3 best defences in terms of goals conceded. So Chelsea have had a pretty good back line as well, and the top 2 in terms of clean sheets. So lots to point to the unders, and at 5-6, I'm snapping it up.
Yeah, well, Demba Ba, interesting signing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's a good signing.
Yeah, he's started amazingly well. He's signed. He's been paraded in front of the fans. He scored 2 goals. The fans have shouted his name. He got involved in that penalty incident. He's scored 2 goals at the weekend. I mean, he's done more in 1 week than Fernando Torres has done in 2 years at Chelsea.
This is unbelievable. It's true. Money doesn't buy you everything, obviously, Chris. So
buys you a massive flop called Torres. 50 million worth. Anyway, we'll move on. Sorry, Fernando, if you're watching. Fulham against Wigan next. For me, Prince against the Paupers here. This nice part of West London. Fulham against this gritty Lancastrian town called Wigan. I'm thinking, hummus against hot dog. I'm thinking, a baby Chino against a Bovril. Kate Middleton against
Kate Price.
I like that. It's good. That. So obviously, with my accent and my dishevelled looks, I'm a Wigan man through and through. I'm a pauper through and through.
And your love for Katie Price, of course, as well. Which,
two very big reasons for that. Anyway, who are you with?
I'm actually going to swerve that question, Chris, because although I did initially look at Fulham and think 19-20 for Fulham at home to Wigan, the fortress that is Craven Cottage has been definitely more cottagey than fortressy of late, you have to say. Made up word there,
Sexual references. Sorry.
1 in 6 they've won at home, so not great form, and you can't really even blame the fixture list because the likes of Swansea, Southampton, Newcastle, Sunderland have visited in that time, so it's just been a flop, similar to Torres. So, for me, Wigan, you can't really trust them either. They've won 1 in 8. This is their typical pre-end of the season run form. So nothing to trust there. But goals feel so likely. 80% of Fulham home games have been over 2.5. 70% of Wigan away games. That should probably be enough. But you've also got bad defences on show. Always said that bad defences lead to goals. 15th and 18th best defences in the Premier League. And then there's the fact that Dimitar Berbatov loves to score against Wigan. 8 goals he scored in 11 meetings with them. So goals on the agenda. Over 2.5. Tad skinny at 8-11, but it's enough for me, Chris.
Good shout. Liverpool against Manchester United next, or rather Manchester United against Liverpool Sunday. I can't wait for this myself. I'm really excited about this game. And I'm excited for many reasons, but one of them is the first time we go into this fixture for many, many years. Not talking about a handshake between Suarez and Evra. I mean, that for me is a bonus. What do you think of this game?
He's good with his hands, as Suarez, isn't he?
Well, come to that.
Yeah, basically, this just seems like a really obvious bet to me, I have to say. Really, really obvious, in as much that there's a bit of a myth around Liverpool that they're the side that raise their game against the big teams. But actually, if you look at their record this season, they haven't beaten a team in the top 10, Chris. I mean, that's just utterly ridiculous. I think we had a conversation about this earlier, and you said that I think there's only one other team, that maybe Southampton.
I think I looked at this a couple of weeks ago, and it was Southampton and QPR, the only teams who've not been in a top 10 side. QPR, of course, beat Chelsea famously last week, so it's just Southampton now left in the league who've yet to beat a top 10 side.
Yeah, so incredible, really, that Liverpool have got that record and this kind of myth around them. They've also got this idea that because it's a big derby against Man United, that they raise their game for this. But actually, they lost the last 4 trips to Old Trafford in League and Cup, so haven't had a great record. Of course, they won 4-1, I think, in 2008, 2009. But that seems like a distant memory now. Didn't Torres score that day?
Oh, surely not.
I told you it was a myth. Absolutely. So
a previous life.
Yeah, and then you look at this season for United, and it's going rather well, isn't it? Let's face it.
Typical United, isn't it?
Yeah, they've obviously lost that one game at Spurs against Spurs at home, but other than that, they've just been sweeping teams aside. They've got this record of coming back from a goal down, but also at home, every time they're taking the lead, they've won as well. So, there's just nothing to say other than that they're totally imperious, and at 10-11 at home to a side that's got the 8th best away record in the league. It's just an obvious bet, Chris.
Oh, you're purring with this, aren't you?
I'm tingling.
Your 3 best bets then.
Okay, so it's Stoke v Chelsea. Boring game, this one. Definitely going to see very few goals. 5-6, under 2.5 you can get. The opposite, Fulham, Wigan, the Prince and Paul are going to deliver, I think, here. 8-11 for over 2.5 goals, and then that 10-11 for Man United. Oh, it's a cracker.
He loves that 10-11 on United.